This is what I'm looking at on Nasdaq. Well, this is the US 30. Let me start with US 30. I can see that we have had our bearish trend for the past. Let me see. This is my crosshair for the past. Let me see. 2022 from January all the way up to now. This point here. Now, what I'm seeing is that I'm just gonna try and make sense out of something, which is quite an important thing. So I'm gonna draw my overall trend line resistance here. Okay, I'll tell you why I'm doing it this way. Considering this my first touch, second touch, my third and last touch here, right? But notice that I didn't really put it over this point. I'm putting it over this point. I'm not catering for this touch, right? There's something that I'm gonna show you. Just gonna leave it here. I'm gonna go for the trend line support. I'm gonna do it this way. Let me use this. Let me use this. I'm gonna cater for these touches here. The rest are basically just a noise, right? I'm gonna draw some more. I'll do it this way. The last one being this one here. This is a multi trend line analysis, right? I'm gonna go back to this part here. Due to the fact that it was kind of hard to predict what was gonna happen here, a lot of people consider this a freak out, and it broke out and broke back in. Now there is one crucial element that we are forgetting. I'm just gonna try to cater for this touch here. Let me first remove this. Let me remove this. I'm gonna start catering for it from the right, to the left. And I want you to observe something quite important. If then we cater for it this way, you can see that it gives us this touch here and then this touch here. This was the low of this point, right? This is the common point. Then this is basically on the upper end of this trend line. So I have trend line 7798 and I have trend line 7919, right? And they have a common point here at this. Let me use insert. Let me use arrow down. This is a common point. This is a common point, right? So it basically explains why the market basically went back at this point, right? I'm just trying to find an explanation as to why this happened. Because of my anticipation from here was that we wanna immediately go down. But I always kept in mind that there could be a freak out. But a lot of times after a fake before a fake out, you're seeing a breakout. Then you get confirm confirmations at the later stage that nope, this was a fake out and a breakout which broke back in, you know. So I'm just basically finding a reason why this happened. Remember, don't forget this part. I have this upper trend line 7919 and trend line 7798, right? They have a common point at this arrow here, down pointing arrow. at which they touch. Basically, they are intersecting at this point, and yep. So, on the bottom part, um, normally when it's like this, I'm just trying to cater for almost each and every touch, but it's basically close to being impossible. But the most important thing that you can take from this, the key takeaway, is for you to use a multi trend line analysis. It does help in some cases, especially in the cases of fake outs. Almost try to always look for a reason why the market would go your direction, just so as you can get confidence in that. Um, Fake outs are a part of this thing. Just wanna label some fake outs here. I'm gonna consider this a fake out, exaggerated fake out. Let me just clone this. I clone that. I'm gonna consider this a fake out. There's a fake out. I'm gonna consider this a very huge fake out. In fact, this is one huge fake out here, right? So fake outs are a part of this, right? But always try to look to the left and see where the market could possibly retrace. Um, yeah, I think this should get up to the point. But if I'm missing, I should put it here. It should actually be here. Reason being is that I'm accommodating this touch here. This touch here. This one is already sorted. So we have two subsections of the fake out. It was a quite intense fake out. This here is a very intense one. But again, it's understandable. Look at the planet right from here all the way down. This is a daily time frame. 3 days straight, the plummet of, let's see, use my crosshair, plummet of, um, that's so, wow, that's a lot. This is 4 candlesticks, 4 day candlesticks, 4 days. To move 30,150.1 points for if I think that's pips downwards. That's a lot in just 4 days. Of course, you would expect something like this, especially when we are nearing the overall trend line support, right? This was basically to be expected. Best thing at this point to lock in your profits. Can never go down in perpetuity. At some point, it has to go up. Hence, the concept of profit is important, right? Now, the last part of this, I'm just going to remove this to make it appear. I remove this as well. I'm going to remove this as well. Now remove this as well, right? Just want to leave it as it is at the moment. Um, this is the current part. On my last video, actually, I considered this a fake out. This here, consider this a fake out. A very bad one for that matter. It's just so close to being impossible to trade at this point here. But now that we are back within the channel, this is what I'm looking at, right? So on my last video, let me just get to this point. On my last video, I had something like this going on as my structure. So from here, we are having my lower high, my lower high, my lower high with 3 perfect touches, then my lower lows. But again, I wanted to put this trend line and put it somewhere here. It didn't give me what I was really looking for. Of course, can still be adjusted to something like this, right? On this part, I think it can be arguable as to where you put it. It's not gonna really help us much because of it's on the lower end of it, making it our online support. Another person can basically adjust it to something like this. One person can adjust it to something like this. I would still agree with you on that. I think I put it something like I think I put it like this if I'm not mistaken. Somewhere here. Let me see. Oh, what did I put this thing? Did I put it here? I think I might have put it here. I don't remember very well. But and I think I had my zone at this point. I think yeah, I think I had my zone here. I think I had my zone here. And I remember very well that I was looking for cells, right? So what I'm doing is just basically looking for reasons why a cell is one of the probable uh, trades that are gonna come out of this. Probably at the open of New York session, we wanna have our cells, aggressive cells, if not aggressive buys, and we're gonna have our stop loss right above this area, not here actually, a little slightly above this. Don't like exaggerating things because of a lot of people's accounts are not gonna be able to hold. So if anything at all, I would also suggest that you wait a little bit for another touch and at confirmation, if then you can see by the rejection of candlesticks that indeed it's rejecting, we will scale our sell increase at this point, basically looking for a further push to the downside. Remember, this is a channel within a channel. This is our descending channel, which presented us with higher lower highs and lower lows, lower highs and lower lows, lower highs and lower lows. So from here on, we are anticipating that we're going to continue going down, give us another possible lower low. And let me see the possible let me see the target points. I think the target points would be right around this area here. Should be around this area here. The next one should be this point here, and the last one being all the way down here. If you have guts, if you feel that you can hold up to this point, definitely go for it. It's gonna take you on some roller coaster of um, emotional management. You know, if anything at all, my my sales are already up and running. I will only close and only liquidate at a stop loss hit, and if only we cross above this support zone, right? On a much longer time frame, things might be a bit different, but at this rejection here, then that's where I scaled in myself, right? I'm looking to have it push all the way to some of those levels down there. This is a let me see, what you call 12,651 peep movement, which is quite decent. And yeah, we shall see how it goes. But the most common profit level at this point here. After this, anything after that will probably be a rejection or something of that sort. We'll see where we adjust our stop loss in profits, and that's how USDT is looking. I don't usually do analysis on USDT, especially that detailed. Coming back to Nasdaq, this is how Nasdaq is looking. Okay, let's see. I think I had something similar going on even on Nasdaq. What I actually, oh wow, okay, I made a mistake, but it's all good. whatever I do a lot of times on Nasdaq, I tend to do it on USDT. So what was happening is that this concept that I was explaining about catering for this unexplained fake out was that I had some sort of an analysis. I think it was this way. I'll just put, I think I had something like something like this. I had something like this, if I'm not mistaken. And this coming to this point here, and I'm gonna move it a bit to the left. I think I had something like this. Nope. And the candlestick part. I think I had something like this. Right. So having something like this, that's why I catered for this. Almost similar. Yeah, that's why it didn't make sense. That's actually on Nasdaq. That's actually on Nasdaq. I had something like this. I had something like this, and I was anticipating that at this point we will have our rejection at this point to continue going down. For the past couple of, let me see, 4 hours into the day, because of this is a 4 hour time frame, 4 hours, 4 hours into the day makes it 4 8 12. Let me see this. Let me see this. Not mistaken, I think it was something like this. No, man, I think it was here. I think it was here at the time of the analysis. And having my zone here. Not here. That's a bit too high. It's somewhere here. I think it was somewhere here. I usually don't like using fake type of zones. I mean it like this. Having something like this as a zone. Nah, it's too thick. Keep it at this. Keep it like this. Here, just wanna look for myself. If ever, then I'm invalidated. Always good. Risk is always on point. Maybe we might have something like this. I'm highlighting key possible scenarios. Continuation up. That would be at the breakout of this overall trend line panel. Basically, I'm having a confluence of a number of things here. As I'm saying, the sell continuation is more than likely gonna happen. I'm having this channel, descending channel. I'm having this zone, support zone, well, rather resistance zone. I'm having this overall resistance trend line, right? So buys at this moment are quite far-fetched for me, unless if you are looking to hold up to this certain level with your buys. But at the moment, I'm looking for sells, right? What I'm not sure about though is how intense the sales will be. We've seen a number of days, past couple of days that the sales actually came in aggressive, But as always, there's a time for sales, there's time for buys. It changes, it changes, it changes, right? For intraday traders, this would certainly be a good a point to buy. Yeah, let me see in a much lower time frame on 30. On a data already, I can see you're cleared for sales if we had big sales, right? Um, let's see now. And one thing for sure, I can see that this zone is quite effective. It's quite an effective zone. That market open. Remember when I think on my first analysis, the market was still right around this area. That's why I was basically looking for a further sales to the downside, meaning that I was anticipating something like this. You know, um, Market cap went up, retraced back down, went back up. Now you're sitting at this level here, almost at a point where the market opened at market open. So yeah, this is certainly my analysis for now, and I'll see how far it goes. As for this part here, what is happening, bear in mind these things usually do happen. Don't forget what I did. Let me remove this just so they can zoom out. Let me remove which one? This one. So I can show you why I said this was quite interesting. If we consider this here, let me use arrows. I'm gonna clone the arrow. Another, I'm gonna make another clone. So, so this touch here, this touch here, and this touch here. So now you can see that we neglected this touch here, right? We can reintroduce it this way. This is how we can reintroduce it, right? So you see now it makes sense. So yep, this is how everything is looking at the moment. In bulls and bears, Godspeed.